Nice. Sorry, everyone. Just wanted to make sure I look normal as I can look. Um, this is gonna be a short live, but I'm making this live to go with the blog post that I just posted. Gabe Hoffman. The difference between you and I is that you're using Glenna to talk shit about me and say we're looking for shit on David Shurter, and you're putting your email address out there. Oh, we need to get shit on David Shurter. Anybody out there, you won't get a fucking email. You won't get any emails. However, I just want to point out, fuck, I just have to sit here and wait. You guys all need to check the link out in this description because the stuff that I was sent on Gabe Hoffman will blow your frickin' minds. And I put it all on my blog. All of it. He can argue about what happened 45 years ago when I was 13 till the cows come home. But the shit that I was sent, ooh, ooh, people need to search it to go look for it. And I posted it. I don't know the person who sent it to me. They sent it out to me out of the blue. As you can see from the screenshots, I ended up accepting their stuff because I wanted to thank them. But at the time when I got it, I didn't have a clue who this person was. Still don't. Still don't. But I looked at some of the links. I think some of it is bullshit. I think that this whole thing that went between Gabe Hoffman and Thomas Schoenberger is bullshit controlled opposition stuff. I don't believe any of it. I think that it was all done for show so that they could say, oh, we're not together at all. You know, that's what I think. Denise Matthau, she's not a fucking sweet old lady. She's right along with Tara Joyce. They work together. I dealt with Denise Matthau when I was fucking dealing with Neil Brick at the SMART conferences in Connecticut. You know, again, it's all this child trafficking bullshit. And it needs to be exposed. And they can threaten me. They can fucking do whatever the fuck they want. Send the Oompa Loompa meth head and the fucking Mexican munchkin into my house. All they fucking want. They can make threats. They can make as many fucking videos of my house blowing up and me being lynched that they fucking want. I'm never going to stop. This child trafficking bullshit needs to be stopped. And I ain't gonna fucking stop. They're not used to dealing with someone like me. But boy, and then along with the post in there, I put the link to the post of all the shit I was sent on Thomas. So you guys can compare. These are the two assholes that I'm dealing with. They're right underneath Michael Aquino. Michael Aquino was smart enough never to fucking play with me. But then he was my handler and trained me as a kid. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. But I'm never going to stop. It needs to be exposed. You know? And the fucking Oompa Loompa meth head and the Mexican munchkin are all working with fucking Shelby County, Iowa Sheriff Neil Gross. You know? Oh, I'm sorry. I made this tie. This is one of the ties that I made. It only takes me about 30 minutes to make a bow tie. So I find this fabric stuff that I like, and then I end up making bow ties. I actually like cotton bow ties more than I like silk bow ties. Silk bow ties snag. Cotton I can iron. So even when it gets wrinkled, I can iron it. So I love the ones that I make. Thank you. We all have our crosses to bear, and heaven has me here for a reason, and I'm never going to stop. I am going to expose this child trafficking bullshit. It started in 2009. Oh, by the way, you guys can all wish me happy birthday because I got a thing in the thing today. My channel is 15 years old as of today. I've been at this on this station for 15 years on this account alone. As of today, my account is 15 years old. So I've been at this for 15 years on YouTube. It was way before that. Because, like I said, after my dad died in 2006, I went to Nebraska State Patrolman John Pankinen, gave him my DNA because I knew that my father and stepmother were involved with the abduction and murder with Ricky Chaddock. And so I went in to get my DNA. And then all of a sudden we had True Pankinen in our lives. She said she was John Pankinen's sister, and the whole shit went nowhere. But then I found out that John Pankinen is the one who actually fucked Alicia Owen. And Alicia Owen was in the whole Franklin stuff, was a 15-year-old girl. She's not 15 obviously anymore, but she was a 15-year-old girl who was carrying Omaha Chief of Police Robert Wadman's baby in her stomach. But yeah, there was no fucking pedophilia going on at all. You know? It's just been, I'm not going to stop. And you really do have to go look at what I was sent about Gabe. And I put the links. There were links in the post. The person who sent it to me obviously didn't want to be secret. You know? They didn't, because the stuff that they sent me had their name all over it, and then they told me post it everywhere, post it wherever you want, you know. I don't know how Lilith is doing. I don't believe that Mike Lucchino is dead. I just don't believe he's dead, you know. Lilith and Mike Lucchino both need to be in jail, along with all of them, along with my sheriff, Shelby County, Iowa Sheriff Neil Gross, who's fucking dealing drugs. He's a fucking method op. His uncle is the prosecuting attorney. They have Shelby County locked up. And there's fucking meth everywhere. You know? They can say whatever they want. And that's the reason why all these fucking child traffickers, Gabe Hoffman, Thomas Schoenberger, Daniel Dowd, Tara Joyce, Geo Farnsworth, all have this working relationship with Neil Gross. They all communicate with him over and over and over. You know? I don't even communicate with them. Fuck, he can go kiss my, you know? I would say kiss my ass, but ooh, it just dawned on me that no, I didn't want that at all. You know? He can fuck himself. As far as I'm concerned, they're all fucked anyway. They've already fucked themselves. They're just too stupid to realize it. It's a bad time to be a child trafficker, and all of this shit is connected to the Jeffrey Epstein mess. It's all connected to the Jeffrey Epstein mess. That's the reason why they're all panicking, because this was just been one big... Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell didn't work, you know, alone. She looks happy as can be. Well, they do that because they don't want anyone to know how fucking scared they are. And they seem to be just overly obsessed. I do this live yesterday. And I do this live yesterday. You know, I'm not playing today. I'm not playing today. I'm not playing. I'll just block your stupid asses. Because I'm not playing. But yesterday I said that they're obsessed with me. They dote on every word that I say. They watch everything I do. They you know, they dote on everything that I say. And while I'm doing a live saying that, fucking Geo Farnsworth is posting on YouTube aimed at me because he puts my name in it. That's why it comes up in my mentions over and over and over. He proved my point. He proved my point. You know? Yes, I know, because I blocked their ass. I have a job exposing fucking child traffickers. That's the only job anyone needs to be fucking concerned about. And let me tell you, it's a full-time job. It's a full-time job. It never stops. Those of you who have a job, you can go home and leave your work at home. That's not the way it works with me. It's 24 fucking 7 in my home. They break into my home all the time, steal shit all the time, brag about stealing shit all the time. Threaten my dogs, threaten me, threaten everyone. just my dogs and me. It's just us. Because there is no one else. They murdered my friend, Owen. And now I don't want to get too close to anybody because I don't want to put them in jeopardy. Because they target everyone. Johnny Dubb, a.k.a. Lucien Greaves. You will also find this in the description. That bullshit, Thomas Schoenberger, I'm not going to let you, I don't want you up my ass. You are like bipolar. And the shit that you sent Johnny Dubb, I don't believe anybody has, I don't believe for even a second that anybody got access to your email account. What I believe is that you guys are fucking backtracking because I was never to know that you're still driving around checking out homeless camps in the fucking desert. You know? And so that's the way it works, you know? That's the way it works. And so I'm in town, they're protecting their fucking meth operation. That's what's happening in town. That's who I'm fighting in town. You know? Fucking people in town, a meth head, a well-known motherfucking meth head. Nobody saw it because I caught it 45 minutes after he posted it. But I defended your fucking wife, dickhead. And then you're out there fucking making threats to me? And you're a meth head. What, are you one of Neil Gross's clients? Is that it? Because he's a meth dealer. If you're looking for meth, they have plenty. You guys just need to go check this out. And unlike them who are sending out all this shit of, oh, we're looking for shit on David Shurter, I don't even have to do anything. You know? I don't even have to do anything. And I don't really know anything about China. I really don't think about China. I have more shit in my life right now with all this fucking child trafficking and my shit with the meth operation in town and all that, you know? I'm not concerned about solving the world's problems. I'm concerned about what I've been put on the path of. And I really do think that God put me on this path because God knows I'm never going to stop. I'll just continue going. And if they take me out, I'll keep going on the other side, you know? And I'm not afraid. As Christians, we're not supposed to be afraid, you know? We're not supposed to be afraid. I'm on fucking planet Earth. That's where I'm at. In the United States. And the child trafficking that I'm dealing with is in the fucking United States, you know? When you're alive, you're on this side. When you die, you go to the other side. That's what I was trained. That's what I learned from my MK Ultra training at Offutt Air Force Base with Michael Aquino as my handler. You know? And I'm not going to get into a debate who people are saying, oh, there's nothing after death. Okay, great. If that's your opinion, great. Why do you think it's my responsibility to change your mind? It's not. And so I'm not concerned about it. You know? The homeless camp that Isaac was trying to expose was on the border of Arizona. It's the same homeless camp that Craig Sawyer and Russ Dizdar went all over the nation exposing and bringing in just fucking loads of cash for donations because they were going to save those kids. And from what I understand, Craig Sawyer used that money on drugs and NASCAR. Russ Dizdar didn't get to use any of it. He's dead. Funny how that works. And so I don't hate him. I don't like him. I don't hate him. Hate means that I would have to be emotionally invested in them. And I'm not. I'm dealing with them because I fucking hate pedophiles. You know? I hate pedophiles. And we're not going to get into an argument because there's this big push about trying to make me seem like I'm anti-Semitic. And it's not going to fucking happen. I'm not anti-Semitic. But I also don't agree with what Israel is doing in Gaza because I don't agree of genocide because I'm Christian. I don't believe in fucking genocide, murdering people, hurting people. I don't believe in any of that. But we live in a day and an age where, you know, who the fuck is Muhammad? I'm not the Quran, I'm not getting into these fucking arguments. Someone named Curry Boy, racist motherfuckers who want to actually make everybody out seem like they were racist, and they don't give a shit. They would like it if I was racist. They want to close me down because they're fucking protecting their child trafficking operation. That's why they've been after me for fucking years. At least 15. That's how long this blog has been. And I started it with standing outside that duplex, trying to find out information about the dude I was forced to light on fire when I was 10. That's how this channel started. Because John Pankinen was a worthless fucking cop. I've met a lot of them. I've met a lot of them. Ryan Miller in Algona, worthless fucking cop. Neil Gross, sheriff of Shelby County, Iowa, worthless fucking meth head dealing cop. I don't like cops who use their authority when the only difference between them and the criminals is a tiny little fucking metal badge. Otherwise, they're identical. They do the same shit. They're involved in the same shit. It's just one is protected and one is not. But it's funny how that little blue line blurs when they have to choose between themselves or everyone else. They'll throw each other under the fucking bus when it comes to saving their ass. That's what I've learned. That's what I've seen, personally. And this child trafficking bullshit needs to be investigated. It needs to be stopped. They've murdered so many motherfucking people, it's not even funny. And yeah, the shit that I have to go through is horrid. But fuck it. The more they do, the stronger my resolve becomes, because it just fucking pisses me off and irritates me. So my resolve even gets harder, Heaven is protecting me. That's why I'm here. Heaven is protecting me. Everything they've tried to do, everything they've tried to set me up with. Right now, they think they're going to get my house because of those damn taxes. I am setting up a GoFundMe. I'm trying to raise $2,500 so I can pay these damn taxes off so I don't lose my house. They're hoping that I lose my house. They want me fucking homeless. They want me to shut up in the worst fucking way. It's not going to fucking happen. It's not going to happen. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. And because I'm not going to stop, people keep sending me all the information because they know I'm just going to share it. I'm just going to expose it, Besides, there's a lot of you, Rachel, there's a lot of you out there that have suffered like I do. And what I've realized, because some of you have told me, is that I empower some of you guys. And I'm glad. If that's my job, then I'm glad. You get a sense of yourself and enough strength to fight the fuck back. Because that's what they count on. Us never fighting back. Their victims never fighting. I tell people, Rachel, all the time, trauma is trauma. It's not a competition. I went through a lot of trauma. But my trauma doesn't negate your trauma or anyone else's trauma. Trauma is trauma, and all trauma matters. If trauma matters to you, it matters. That's just, you don't need people's permission. You don't need people's permission. Oh, they always come in as little anonymous things. Whack job again. Two-stroke anonymous accounts making fucking dumbass comments, thinking that They're the authority, and people are going to look at their anonymous dumbasses as the authority. The reason why you're anonymous, dude, is because chances are nobody looks at you as an authority. In real life, no one looks at you as an authority. In fact, I would be willing to bet most people don't even look at you, let alone as an authority. You know, I never had a choice. I was born into this. I was born into this. And when I was given a choice, this is what I did. When I was given a choice, it was fuck these child killers. I'm bringing them down. I'm bringing them down. That was my choice. When I was finally given a choice as an adult, that was my choice. And I've never backtracked. Again, this channel today is 15 years old. You know, I came out screaming, but I knew that I had to because I knew how these people worked. I knew there was no dipping my toe in the water. I had to just fucking jump in and swim. I had to make a big splash, make a big noise so that people knew, because that way, you know, people at least could hear what I had to say. Thank you. She says she considers me to be brave. Tenacious. Determined. Pig-headed. I'm never going to let it go. I'm never going to stop. Oh, I hear Gov in my head. Like and subscribe, please. You know, like and subscribe. Share. Really, if you know anybody who's interested, you need to share that blog entry. I'm going to share it. I haven't shared it yet because I wanted to do this live to connect with it so that people could watch this live and then see all of the stuff. You know, the emails that Johnny Dubb forwarded me. Johnny Dubb is Lucien Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple. And Thomas Schoenberger is just so full of fucking shit. It is just, God, after reading that email, I felt like I needed to go bathe. You know? Thank you. Thank you. America's falling apart. I don't know where it's like in the rest of the country. But thank you. Trauma does matter for all of us. Trauma does matter. And it's not a competition. I've gone through extreme shit. And I went through extreme shit as a kid. But you know why I went through extreme shit? Why heaven let me go through the extreme shit? Because it made me really strong. There is a part of me that is like biting down on tinfoil. And I'm very happy with that part. You know? I always tell people all the time, I don't have multiple personalities. I only have one. And generally, that's an asshole. Because I can be a real prick. Especially against pedophiles. I have no love for pedophiles. I'm sorry, I don't. I have no love for pedophiles. And I have no respect, and I most definitely have no fucking patience. And I have no fucking patience for people who would protect fucking pedophiles. The people in town, they think they're helping Neil Gross with his fucking meth operation, but in the end, they're fucking helping pedophiles. Same offer to them as I give Neil Gross. If you love pedophiles so much, give them your kids. But that won't happen. Pedophilia and child rape is okay for other kids, just not theirs. And the hypocrisy is going to lead them right into the fucking dark. And they deserve it. They deserve it. You know? Protect fucking meth heads and pedophiles. And then tell yourself as you're hiding in the shadows, doing all your stupid secretive shit, that you're all that in a bag of fucking chips. And yet you have to hide in the goddamn shadows. It's sad. But I'm not going to do a long one today because I did a long one, fairly long yesterday. But I just wanted to come off here, you know. I'm a man with the cause. I'm not competitive, you know. But I'm also determined, and I'm not going to let this pedophilia go. I'm not going to let these fucking pedophiles go. They've murdered my friends. Owen is just the latest. It's not like they haven't gone through my whole fucking life and murdered my friend after friend after friend. It started with David Klotz, you know? Isaac Cappy, fucking murdered, you know? He was a friend. I'm glad I never had kids. And I feel sorry for people who have kids because they're never going to have a life. You know? They're never going to have a life. Oh my God, dude. Two-stroke? Why don't you go fuck yourself? Well, you've already fucked yourself, so I guess that's kind of redundant. You know? I suggest you pull your head out of your ass so you can fucking breathe oxygen. But you gotta go read the shit that I went. And they're just... So, because I know they like this. If you want a book, I sell my book for $30. You can buy it cheaper on Amazon. I can't offer free shipping, obviously. I'm not Amazon. I got nominated for Book of the Year when I published it. Lucien Greaves Dougie hates it when I say that. He wants to dismiss it. It's $30 if you're living in the United States. Europe, the last time I mailed a book, it was about $30. Australia's $40. But Venmo and PayPal link is in the description. It's just D Shurter. And you can also, Rachel, you can also get it on Amazon. If you want to read the extended version, you can go to my blog and read the extended version for free. It's in the pages above, just davidshurter.com. It's in the pages above. It's called The Extended Version of Rabbit Hole, Confessions of an Antichrist. You can read the extended version for free. I know that, it was never making money. Some people actually donated to me this last time, so I'm going to have enough food to last for a week or two. You know, it wasn't a whole lot, but still, I mean, a lot for me. And when you don't have shit, I had $30 yesterday. Now I have $3, you know, and so I was very appreciative that a couple people donated, and it just makes me feel like I'm not in this alone. I also have the Buy Me a Coffee link. Even $1, helps. Anything helps. It just keeps me going because this is my job, and I don't get paid shit for this, you know. Things are just tight. Yes, Rachel, things are tight. Most Americans can't afford a bill of $400. And so asking people for donations when they can't afford food, and some of them can't afford medicine, and they can't afford utilities, I'm not judging anybody, and I'm certainly not being critical. You know, that's why if you can't buy my book, I'll just send you to the extended version for free, you know, because it's not about the money. Those people who can help, I appreciate it. I do, because I'm hurting just like everyone else. And it weirds me out to leave my house because they're posting videos of my house burning down all the time, and they break in. Fuck the Mexican munchkin and the fucking meth head Oompa Loompa are fucking breaking into my house constantly, you know? And it's irritating. It's irritating. But what can I do? You know? What can I do? But, Gabe Hoffman, you are a piece of shit. Of all that shit that I was sent, oh my God. I don't like you, and I'm never going to be nice to you. Same with you, Thomas. Definitely same with you, Dougie. Lucien Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple. Where's your fucking $100,000 Baphomet statue? Everyone keeps asking me about that. What, do you have it fucking hidden? Did you shove that up your ass too? You were so proud of that. You thought everyone was just going to embrace it. Where is it? You know? Funny. Arizona, I couldn't live in Arizona. It's too hot. Oh my God. You know it's hot when you go to Las Vegas and you're walking around and they have these little wet sprays. They like spray water all over you and everyone's walking. Sometimes you just stand in front of it. That's how hot it is. You know? Oh, you don't have to be PC in here. I'm not PC. I am so not PC. You know? I'm so what's my best advice about what? Depends on what it is. Fill your heart with love. That's the best advice I can give you right now because I have a feeling that things are going to go down really fast. I think the reaping is in front of us. And if you don't have that vibration, that love affords your heart, you ain't going to be able to ascend. And you're going to get stuck here in the spiritual black hole that these motherfuckers have actually built and designed. You know? Duck has a chip on his shoulder because he had that smoky eye. And his last name is Masiko. And so you know the kids constantly went around saying, me sicko, to him. That's why he has that huge chip on his shoulder. He hates fucking everybody in society. That's why he wants to hurt everybody. But they were telling you the truth, dude. You are a sicko. Me sicko. Mm-hmm. Should look in the mirror and say that over and over and over again. Just say your last name over and over and over again, Doug. There's no one that has a more fitting last name than you do. A real last name. Not the Doug Mesner, not the Lucien Greaves, not the Johnny Dubb, not the other fucking long list of fucking aliases that you have. It's Doug Masiko. Misicko. His real name is Masiko. He goes by Doug Mesner. That's how I knew him, and then I found out his name was Doug Mesner, or Doug Masiko, and that explained everything. Because as a kid with that smoky eye, they treated him horribly. For a while, I actually felt sorry for him. But those days are long since gone. I don't feel sorry for any of them. So I'm going to end this, not in prayer this time, but by giving you the list of fucking pedophiles that I know that are involved. Okay, I will pray. I'm still going to give you the list of pedophiles, and then I'll pray. And then I'm going to end, because I want to keep it short, and I'm at 32 minutes already. Mike Lucchino, head of this snake. I don't believe he's dead. Personally, I don't believe he's dead. Gabe Hoffman, Thomas Schoenberger, Doug Masiko, a.k.a. Doug Mesner, a.k.a. Lucien Greaves, a.k.a. Johnny Dubb, a.k.a. Johnny Killrush, and all the other fucking aliases that he has, founder of the Satanic Temple. They're using his Satanic Temple after-school daycare to target the kids. That's what they're doing. That's what they're using. Then you have all of Sewertown, Jesse Davis, Corey Daniel, who's Phoenix Enigma, Alicia Ray, who's known as the Sicilian Witch, DeFango. You know, I do. I have shitty teeth. I do have shitty teeth. But the fact that you're actually going to focus on my teeth and not even consider the shit that I'm saying shows what a fucking incel you two are. You know? Well, oh well. You know? When I'm out and about, people really like me, and they don't even say anything about my teeth. And people really like me. You know? So, DeFango. Then we're going to go Daniel Dowd, Geo Farnsworth, Tara Joyce, Craig Sawyer. Craig Sawyer isn't part of Sewertown, but he's part of this nonetheless. Also known as the Saw Man. You know? He was the one who actually was one of the ones who... I believe that it was Craig Sawyer, Thomas Schoenberger, and Gabe Hoffman who were directly involved with the murder of Isaac Cappy. That's what I believe. In that military base that was 2 minutes away from that bridge. and that they put Isaac's dead ass body on that bridge. That's why he doesn't have any broken wrists or broken ankles, which he would have because he would have instinctively tried to protect himself when he jumped off that bridge. He would have broken at least one of those bones, didn't break any. And he didn't bleed. Almost no blood. Who the fuck gets run over by a couple cars, gets hit by a couple cars, but doesn't bleed? You know? Someone who's already dead and their blood is already congealed. I would imagine that doesn't bleed much. Now I'm going to pray, and then I got to get off here. I'm a long-winded bitch sometimes. Shit, I can be on here forever just talking, but it's nice to have you guys on here talking too, you know? And I appreciate all the information that people send me. I do. That dude told me to distribute it far and wide. And that's exactly what I'm going to fucking do. You know? It's time to take a stand and stop being afraid of these assholes. They're nowhere near as powerful as they want you to believe. Nowhere near. That's why they hide in the fucking shadows. Because they're so big and bad. But they have to hide in the shadows. You know? Heaven, we come to you as your children. These days are difficult and they are hard. And there is a lot of fear and a lot of suffering and a lot of stress. And we just ask you to keep us on the path and fill us with your grace and forgive us our trespasses. And we will try to forgive those who trespassed against us. But if they're child traffickers or hurting kids, I guess I'll have to deal with that, at least personally, me personally, after I take my last breath. But you sent your son, our brother, Jesus Christ, down to teach us the word. Christian nationalism has nothing to do with Jesus. In fact, it is the teachings of fucking the devil. Satan is behind Christian nationalism. Fuck the poor. Fuck migrants. Serve yourself. God loves the greedy. Who does that sound like? It's not rocket science. Give us the power of discernment. Give people the power of discernment so that they know what they're choosing, so that they do it with full intent. And we say these things lovingly. I say these things lovingly in your son, our brother's name, Jesus Christ. Amen. And so that's it for this live. I said I would do it on Tuesday, but it took me a long time to actually post that stuff. When you go look at all that stuff that I got sent, oh my God, there was a lot. There was a lot. And it got confusing to post it. So excuse me if the last 13 screenshots are just kind of, but there were no links to go with any of that. So I just posted them all together. Anything that had a link, I posted the link with it. So you can click on the link to go see it for yourself and watch it for yourself. You know, I don't know the person who sent it to me, but I did click on a couple of the links. I didn't agree with the shit about Thomas Schoenberger and Gabe Hoffman because I think it's bullshit. I think that it happened, but I think that it was a farce. I think it was a farce. Just like the whole argument between Neil Brick and Doug Musner, Lucien Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple. This is what these controlled opposition motherfuckers do. All of their little opposition to each other is all a farce. You know? Oh yeah, they might take each other to court, but nothing comes of it. There's no money exchanged ever. Nothing ever happens. They can just say they did it. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. You know? And I think this shit is falling apart. Because all of this stuff is directly connected to the same shit that was going on with Jeffrey Epstein. It's just another offshoot of the whole Jeffrey Epstein situation. And it needs to be investigated and stopped. And I can't reiterate that enough. I've only been saying that on here for 15 years. 15 years today. I set this channel up 15 years ago. Today. It was amazing. Amazing how time flies or drags. Anybody who wants to donate, I would so appreciate it. But I also realize that if you can't, then don't. You know? Drags, mostly. This shit has just been... Because I'm disabled with complex PTSD, it's not like it doesn't get to me. It's just that I have to compartmentalize it and dissociate from it, especially when I'm trying to sleep. And they're fucking trying to kill me with their directed energy weapons. You know, that shit that causes Havana syndrome. Voldemort is not standing out of my house waving a magic wand any more than he did at the China embassy and the Cuban embassy and what was it, the Canadian embassy? There were 3 embassies. I don't remember all 3. It wasn't caused by Voldemort. It was caused by their machines. And I think it was yesterday, I posted the link. The Mark Esper Department of Defense came out and admitted that they had these directed energy weapons. There's a video that came right off of YouTube of him giving a press conference. And then there's the NBC News article saying that they had these weapons in 2006. The U.S. Air Force went in front of Congress and said they had these weapons. They were going to use them on American citizens to show the rest of the world they were safe. That was 2006. It's 2025. Do any of you know about directed energy weapons? Fuck no. What you know is the Havana syndrome, which is caused by fucking Voldemort, I guess. You know? It's their directed energy weapons. And they're making my life, and they break into my fucking house all the goddamn time because they want to keep me at ease. They want to seem as threatening as possible because they want to shut me the fuck up. And they all walk around, strutting around, thinking that they're all big and bad, but they do everything they do in the fucking dark. From the shadows. Their lives are fucking worthless. Funny how karma works that way. But with that said, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Thursday, unless something amazing happens on Wednesday. Then I might do a thing tomorrow. But otherwise, I'll just wait till Thursday. But 15 years. I've been at this on YouTube for 15 years today. 15 years. You know? Oh my God. Dude, take your homophobia. Just go do yourself a favor and go get fucked. You know? Just go get fucked, you fucking closet case. You know? Nobody wants to hear you project your fucking homosexual desires onto other people. Nobody gives a shit about your homophobia but you. Fucking incels. Anyway, that's this video.